I love the autumn, the colors changing in the trees, and nostalgia drifting through the crisp air. It's also a great time for spooks.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Monster Bash here at the Lo-Fi Workshop.
Jay, what's Monster Bash?
Oh, well, if you don't know what Monster Bash is, let me tell you.
Monster Bash is an exquisite corpse-style game where you draw 6 cards from a deck and then you use those cards to inspire a creative work in any medium. This year it's Monster Bash 5, hosted by Taryn over at Conjured Craft. They make great work over there. I suggest you go check it out. And these are the 6 cards that I drew. I'm a fan of every single one of these crafters as well, so please go check out their channels. So with those 6 cards in mind, I started to plan out my idea for a monster. And a lot of it came pretty easily to me. A lot of the cards just lent themselves to really simple ideas. So I gathered up a bunch of secondhand toys and other bits from my stash and started to piece together my monster. I used this little piece of an Easter egg for the censer or incense burner. The horn on the nose was taken from this rhinoceros instead of my original plan of a triceratops. These big kiss boots were assembled using these feet from The Flash and the shins from Buzz Lightyear. I found the skull and spine from this little skeleton miniature. It was a cheap $2 pack of maybe 6 miniatures that I found at a dollar store here. This Power Ranger had a perfect spear tip that I wanted to use, so I went ahead and grabbed that. This black mass I interpreted as kind of a stomach or something like that, so that led me down the path of using the belly of a pig.
Oh, well, that's one way to interpret the card.
Yeah, you know, the deck has a lot of interesting and abstract cards that can be interpreted in a number of ways. And that's all 6 of my cards. Now I just need to actually assemble a monster. I'll start by taking the legs off of this Triceratops. There we go, nice pair of legs. Alright. We're going to use the torso of this T-Rex, and we're going to use his legs as his arms. And of course we'll save his head and his tiny little arms and feet for later. The tail we will use in this project. So there we have it, that is going to be our monster's torso. Now, since our monster was wearing boots, I decided to give him also a helmet and some shoulder pads and gloves. Soaking this figure in this really hot water helped to soften up the plastic so that I could remove the arms and cut the hands off a lot more easily. It took some work to cut the shoulder pads off and to hollow them out properly, but it was definitely worth it in the end. And there they are, looking good. So now that we've got all of the pieces, we're going to go ahead and stick everything together. I'm using a little bit of super glue here. I'm also using hot glue. With the boots assembled, we'll go ahead and attach the legs.
What do you got that foil for?
Well, I'm going to use that to bulk up his bottom side and provide a structure that I can use to add the clay later. And I want to make sure I'm attaching these legs in a way that'll allow him to stand up. I'm attaching his tail here, but I end up pulling it off.
Why'd you do that?
Well, because I ended up deciding to give him a bigger booty.
A booty like treasure?
No. Booty like a big old butt.
Oh.
Yeah. Hollowing out the helmet was a heck of a process, but now that it's done, we can go ahead and stick that on.
Oh, there goes the tail.
Yeah, what'd I tell ya? So I've been working with this air dry modeling clay on all my projects. It serves the purpose and it's just fine, but I want to try and expand to using different kinds of two-part epoxies and things like that that I think would work a lot better for my purposes.
Oh, okay.
This has been a really good cost-effective solution in the meantime, though.
Oh, well, that's good.
I spent a lot of time caking up his back end, and I used some clay to help smooth out all of the grooves and textures on his skin so that he'd be a little bit more smooth, kind of a bit more pig-like. So when all that work was dry, I went ahead and added some details like these straps. And I decided to just give him a little tail. I thought that was kind of cute.
Oh, that is kind of cute.
I soaked a couple of felt scraps in some watered down glue and applied those as a skirt or loincloth type piece. And then I used some more clay to make a waistband. And then we just take this skull and tuck it up under that waistband. There we go. I mixed up some paint and glue, and I'm going to cover the whole thing in that. The air dry clay tends to be a bit porous and it'll absorb any of the primer that I apply to it, so this will help kind of prevent that from happening. I also created a few little details here for my spear.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like, and if you want to be haunted by even more of this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe. If you have any suggestions or you just want to tell me that I'm ugly, go ahead and put that in the comments. I've got a Patreon as well, so if you'd like to sign up to that and join me there, I would be very grateful. I've got some Patreon exclusive content coming up soon, so I'm really excited to share that with you. Until then, let's get back to the video.
Alright, so the creature is now primed and ready to be painted. Now, I've been talking a lot about my process here, but there's something else I'd like to talk about as well. And mostly, I just wanted to say that it's been a real honor and a real joy to take part in Monster Bash with everybody this year. I've had a great time working on this project, and I've really just had a wonderful time hanging out with other people and seeing their projects come to life. You know, it's the old cliche, the best part of Monster Bash really has been the friends that I made along the way. Speaking of which, Taryn over at Conjured Craft is putting everybody's video into a playlist, and I highly suggest you go and check them all out. I've seen a few of them already, and they've just been absolutely fantastic. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and finish painting them up. You'll see the final results when it's done. Happy Halloween, and it's been a fantastic Monster Bash. Thanks for watching.